Welcome to High Value Blueprint, the space where bold ideas meet real talk. In today's video, we're taking a deep dive into a controversial moment from Kevin Samuels that's lighting up the timeline. Let's break it down, challenge the narrative, and see what truths we can uncover.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
Were
How
you
you
expecting to get
doing?
on?
No, but
Oh,
let's
that's
go.
all right.
What's up?
That's all right. It's
I'm
okay.
like,
We're
oh
cool.
shit.
How you doing?
Okay, let me go. I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. How old are you?
I'm 28. I'm a prop my phone down.
28.
Yes,
Okay. Um, are you married or are you single?
I am single. I got a boyfriend though. I'm not.
Okay. So how long you guys been together?
A year and a half.
Okay. Do you want to get married one day?
No,
Okay. That's fine. Uh, so curious. Any children, by the way?
no children.
Okay. So as a black woman with no children, what is life going to look like for you at 55 years old? Not money wise, socially.
Socially, I don't know. I'm pretty introverted.
Hmm.
Um, it's kind of just the small circle I have now, so I plan on like maintaining the circle that I have now.
Okay.
Yeah,
What city do you live in, if you don't mind?
I'm in Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. So at 50, okay, my friends that I had in high school, I don't talk to any of them. We're
Yeah,
friends on Facebook, and a
right.
few of the people I went to college with, we're in contact with, but you change friend groups every 5 to 10 years. So at 55, do you want children?
Yes.
Curious. Then help me understand why do you want kids and not a husband?
I just really not into the idea of marriage. And neither is my boyfriend right now.
Okay.
We're building like a good relation. We've built a good relationship with one another, so I don't. Marriage is not a goal of either of ours. Um,
Okay. But do you okay.
and also, I didn't grow up like seeing married couples. That's just not a thing
But
that's
but
in.
but you but if you're born in this country, you know that marriage has a lot of okay.
Yeah,
Why I don't understand, and I'm really trying to understand why so many black women are terrified of marriage.
I'm not necessarily terrified.
But
Like I
it's not
said,
something you want to do or look forward to. It's like whether terrified is the right word. You're supposed to look forward to family, and
yeah.
now it's like, well, I'll have the kids, and I'll even have a man, but I don't want the structure of marriage, and why?
I just feel like I can be. Well, I know one of the benefits is just like the wealth aspect of it. Combining incomes, but I feel like me and my partner are on a trajectory to both be very successful and kind of won't need to depend on each other financially, if that makes sense.
Mm-mm. I don't understand. Black communities at the bottom. Okay,
Hmm.
right? So you're talking about being a higher, a well-off black woman. He's a well-off black man. Those are just two single people. Why do other groups get married and we don't?
I don't know, but also, like I said, this is not nothing I grew up under or kind of seen. So
Well,
it was never a conversation.
we grew up in slavery, and then
Okay.
after we were free, we were the most married. We had an 80% marital rate up to 1965. See, what I'm hearing is it's like black women today, like yourself, are almost like being married doesn't really seem like it's that big a deal. Because when you start talking about the tax benefits and all this other kind of stuff, it's like, well, a couple $300. But how often have you watched my show?
I watch it pretty often.
Do you see all the women over 45 and 50 who are terrified?
Yeah.
That's you. Did you go to college?
Yes.
What'd you get your degree in?
I have a bachelor's in psychology and a master's in corporate communication. I know. You
I'm
already know.
PhD.
Yeah.
So you would have the kids.
Yeah, but I'm not even set on kids. Like, I don't even know if I want to have kids, like, for sure. Like,
Okay.
there's a possibility, but, like, right now, I'm kind of, like, focusing on, like, my career and
Well,
getting into,
what is your career going to be in?
um, hopefully, entrepreneurship. I'm working,
Oh my God. This is the archetype. This is the entrepreneur, y'all. The attorney.
but not just that. Like, right now, I'm in education. I'm a teacher, and,
But dear, no offense. Are you making over six figures?
no,
Are you making over 90,000,
no,
80,000,
no,
70,000,
no,
60,000,
no,
50,000,
no,
over 40,000?
yes,
Man, you're a middle class. You're right there like most black women.
yes,
Hold on,
understood.
listen. Let me really try to nail this down. You're 28, 27, 28.
28.
74% of black women earn less than 50,000. You have a degree in psychology and communications. You are not going to be, and this is why I tell you guys, so many of our women think entrepreneurialism is going to jump them past the structure. So many of our women are just chaotic, don't want to deal with structure. You know, just like I know, the careers that pay six figures are physicians, attorneys, accountants, engineers, things that require professional certification, schooling, and lots of study. You know that, right?
Yes.
The only jobs that can stand to pay that amount of money and not require that level of intelligence, schooling, and discipline is something sales related. That's why so many of our women end up going into some sort of real estate or some sort of entrepreneurialism, which is another way of saying I can't go out into a company and demand $250,000 salary, but I'm going to go out into the market and through my own accord, through my level of competency, I'm going to get it from the market. And it doesn't work. 9% of black women earn more than $75,000. Why is this important? Because, man, you don't want to be married. Cool. You don't want kids. Fine. But at earning less than $50,000 a year, you are already off track. Here's an example I often give. A woman earning $50,000 in Chicago or Dallas at age 25, and she gets an inflationary raise every year to where that 50,000 doesn't lose any buying power, right? And she saves $200 a month. And she's working from 25 to 65, that's 40 years. 40 years, no kids, $50,000, not losing any money to inflation, and she's knocking away $200. Boom, 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 boom. If that woman has a life expectancy of age 85, 65 to 85, she's going to be short. She is going to run out of money by the age of 73. She is going to need an additional $750,000 to live, not thrive, to survive. That's why I said that's you. You're making less than 50. And the likelihood of you becoming a top 5% earner is zero. Not zero, less than 1%.
Okay.
Because, ma'am, because if it was as simple as becoming, in order to make the kind of money to have $2.4 million in retirement, you have to be making close to $95,000 right now and saving it. This is why marriage is so important, because women in general have been made taxpayers. They separated you from your men, and now the companies and systems are making money off of you. And when you age out, what are you starting to see? Women in our age group starting to realize they're going to die alone. So I'm just saying, if you're going to be single, you gotta know you're going to be in the top 10% of all earners, and then manage your money to pay. Because who's going to pay for you? If you need some money, if you need something after retirement, you can't work another, you can't work, no one will hire you. You're 65 years old and you need money. Where are you gonna get it from?
Hopefully, the investments that I've made, my savings,
You
I
run out
hear
of money,
you.
you run out of money like most people. Where are you gonna get the money from?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that I kind of understand. I
Okay,
understand the
so
question.
let's say a man is working, okay, has no family, no children, and he has his and he's saved whatever and he's invested whatever, but it comes retirement and he has $1 million and he's trying to live on that $1 million. He runs out of money. He still has to pay he still has to pay groceries, medical care. As your age gets more expensive, you still got to live.
Can those and the money that I've saved thus far, that still not be invest in something else to make me more money?
No, you don't make it. You're living paycheck to paycheck. You don't have enough money to invest to get any real kind of dividend. See, that's what I mean. In order to make investments, you have to have capital. You're living paycheck to paycheck. Where's the money going to come to you invest? Where do you have $100,000 that you can just set aside to let grow for 10 years? Where do you have $50,000, $20,000,
But
$5,000?
I'm working towards that though.
But that's the thing, ma'am. See, that's my point. And that's why I'm doing this. I'm not,
No,
you're,
yeah,
you're
I
working
respect what
towards
you're
it.
saying.
And you're putting your money in what? Savings?
Yes,
Where are you
and
investing?
stocks. I'm getting into stocks and doing research on that.
Stocks. What kind of return are you getting? What's your average rate of return on your investment portfolio?
I'm not sure. I just
Well, the
started.
rule of 72 is what you need to understand. And if you're putting your money in savings, take whatever the interest rate is, divide by 72, and that's how long it'll take your money to double.
Okay.
You need to be putting, and in order for investments to work, let's say you put money in a savings account and it's giving you 2%. 2%. It'll take you 36 years for $1,000 to become $2,000. 10 to
Understood.
12% is an average yield for, let's just say typical, not an IRA, but 10 to 12%. But that money has to sit there.
Right.
You're not investing in anything. So where is the lump sum of money going to come that you're going to be able to invest that you can't touch that's going to provide residual income? You don't make enough money to do it.
Well,
And this is one of
I'm
the,
in a go
and
ahead.
one, and you can say you're learning and this and such and so forth, but this is one of the biggest problems. The financial literacy in our community is low. You think, where's the capital going to come from to invest? Is it going to come from your job?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am, you don't save your way into rich. You invest. You don't make enough
Right.
money.
But okay, that's fair. If you're speaking from a broader, like from the outside looking in. I've been put in position by my family to be able to
Okay, you have
save
inheritance?
well.
Inheritance?
No, not inheritance, but just a good financial family member who's helping me out, and not I'm not living paycheck to paycheck, or I'm not
So
struggling.
somebody else, so is this person gonna, is this somebody older than you?
Yes,
So fine. But man,
I definitely understand what you're saying, but it's just like it's still speaking from like a
It's from an absolutely iron core, I mean, rock solid standpoint. So many of our women think magically when it comes to money.
but I'm not thinking magically. I'm
Somebody else's
thinking
money, but bottom line is this, man. This is one thing that is true. Somebody else's money has to do it.
that's fine.
And that's not cool. And that's the thing. Where can a man do what you're doing? A man can't go out in the world and become an average earner and think he's going to retire and live and be able. When a man runs out of money, the street is waiting for him, homelessness. And for women like yourself, you're allowed to rely on other people, right, wrong, or indifferent. And that's really what so many of our women think. Somebody else will take care of it.
Well,
Versus,
that's not my thought.
huh?
That's not my thought that someone else would take care of it. Right now, I'm given the opportunity to. I don't.
Why does this? How about this? How about this? Let's not worry about this. Let's not get too personal. Why does this make more sense than the traditional way that's been proven to work? Getting married, joining families, and having an extended family with kids and cousins and nephews and a community to rely on.
Well, like I'm saying,
It's worked for thousands of years. And for black people, it's worked since slavery. Why are so many of our sisters like you content to have to roll such a dice to be single? Why is being unattached, not under legal constraints, not under the structure of marriage? Why is that a more appealing offer than what you're saying? Because to men, it sounds like this is absolute insanity. But I want more people to understand this is why black men aren't marrying. It's not because black men don't want to marry. Our women are anti-marriage. Our middle-class earning women are really anti-marriage. And you're not rude, you're not being argumentative, you're not masculine, but this is baked into the culture. Where do women who are not black think like you do in their culture? Do white women think this way? Asian women, Hispanic women, Middle Eastern women?
No, they get married, you know.
So why though? Why do they do it? And women like yourself who can see it and see the security and the everything that comes with, why is this more preferable? Because this is a preference. This is a choice for you.
Yeah, so are you asking
Yeah, I'm really trying to
personally
understand why
for me is one, like you said, the legal aspect of it. And I didn't grow up in a married household. I don't have a large family or family that I've seen married. Now my great grandparents were married for like 70 plus years, but it still was like that's the only aspect of marriage I've seen.
Was your mother, were your mother and father not married?
No, they
Did
were.
your mother go to college?
She has an associate.
Did your father go to college?
No.
Okay, you didn't see college graduates either, but you got a master's. That's not a reason, man. That's an excuse a lot of our women use. I didn't see marriages. Well, guess what? Y'all came from maids and factory workers.
Well, but
now,
also,
listen to the
I'm
line.
listening.
Y'all came from high school graduates for the most part. And now the thing that many women, black women in particular, pride themselves on.
I'm a PhD.
I got my degree. I got my master's. I got my PhD. And y'all didn't come from scholars. So if you can make that change, and you say my mother and father weren't married, but my grandparents were. What do the women back then know that you guys don't know?
I don't know, but the knowledge was not passed down.
No, it was no. It was not
also,
passed down. It was no. Your mother didn't. Okay, your mother's generation failed you, and you can see it wasn't passed down. Why are you replicating a failure?
It's not necessarily.
It is a failure. It is a failure, ma'am.
No, I'm not saying that it's not a failure.
Listen. You said the knowledge wasn't passed down, right?
Correct.
That's a failure.
but I don't think it's from my mom.
Okay. All right.
But also, when you look at statistics and you looking into numbers, the success rate of marriage is less than the failure rate. So
Right. But who's
that's
filing,
not
okay, divorce
appealing
rate,
for me.
divorce rate, divorce rate?
Yes,
Who's filing divorce in the black community? Men or women?
I'm not sure.
80% of divorces in the black community are filed by women.
Okay.
Man, your mother's generation failed you guys.
No,
Hey,
I think
listen,
that
listen,
is
listen.
a
I need you to listen. This is
I
why I want to
agree
be.
with you,
I've said
but
this now. This is why I'm doing this interview, guys, because it doesn't require somebody being rude, but it still is caustic. You got a college-educated black woman with a master's, and you're getting ratchet outcomes. You might as well, listen what I'm about to say, you might as well have grown up in the projects with a crackhead mama and a heroin addicted daddy and on Section 8 for the outcomes you're getting. You're just as single, just as alone, and unprotected, unmoored, no structure. Now, you understand the structure of going to college and getting a degree, whether you use it or not, so much so that you went back and got another one. The knowledge didn't get passed from your mother to you, but it got passed from your grandmother, your great grandmother, and your grandmother. And until you young ladies and women start judging your mothers harshly for not raising you to be wives, they have put the women of our community have groomed the young women to be independent, facing the world in a confrontational, give it all to me. And unfortunately, you're 27 and making less than $50,000 a year, and you think you got time. You think you got time to invest, you got time to figure it out. Something will happen to where, and you don't. And I ask, where are the non-black women who do this? They go get married. And you still haven't said whether you were raised in a marriage or not, what do other races of women see in marriage that you don't see? What do you think they see?
I would have.
You know, every time I hear one of these conversations, I can't help but think this is exactly what happens when people grow up without seeing a healthy partnership in real time. It's not about blaming single mothers or fathers. It's about what happens when you never actually witness cooperation between a man and a woman. You grow up thinking independence is the only way to survive. So when someone says, I don't need a man, what they're really saying is, I never learned how to work with one. And I get it. Life has made a lot of people hard. People have had to do things on their own for too long. But here's the truth nobody wants to talk about. Independence is a great skill, but it's a terrible mindset for partnership. When you build your entire identity around not needing anyone, you close yourself off from ever truly connecting. And that's what I see here. Someone who thinks strength means control. Someone who thinks vulnerability means weakness. But it's actually the opposite. Feminism was supposed to give women options, not erase cooperation. But somewhere along the line, equality started sounding like competition. Now, too many people, men and women, are just fighting to prove they don't need each other instead of figuring out how to build together. And the saddest part, it keeps repeating generation after generation. Kids grow up watching broken homes. They repeat the same patterns, and the idea of teamwork gets replaced with pride. So yeah, it's frustrating to watch, but it's also a warning. If you keep treating partnership like a battle instead of a bond, you'll always end up alone on your side of the ring, wondering why peace never came. Because strength isn't saying, I don't need anyone. Real strength is saying, I know how to work with someone.